we know a lot more tonight about the police standoff that happened about 10 miles north of Bemidji yesterday. Authorities aren't naming the gunman yet, but say he is dead. Family members told Lakeland News yesterday that the suspect is 34-year-old Michael Deppa of Bemidji. Today, the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension released new details about the incident. Jamil Donath joins us live with the latest. Jamil?
Dennis, Deppa was confirmed dead upon arriving at Sanford Fargo Medical Center after being airlifted there at around 9 p.m. last night. Now, in the last 24 hours, there have been a lot of speculation and rumors on social media about the 4-hour standoff. And while the case is still under investigation, we now have confirmed facts about how this event all unraveled. It was around 4:30 p.m. Wednesday. Deputies responded to a call of a man, 34-year-old Michael Deppa, armed with a loaded rifle under mental duress, threatening to kill himself or law enforcement.
Our findings thus far tell us that deputies were approaching the scene of the house on foot.
When officers arrived on scene, shots were fired. Deppa was seen with a rifle running into a house on Spencer Drive.
The law enforcement that were on the scene provided cover as two females who were inside the home fled to safety.
We then waited hours with family members as officers tried to coax Deppa out of the house. Then the first shot came. Officers told us to evacuate the area.
Back there, just because if he's got a long gun, if he starts shooting, I don't want to see you get hit or somebody else.
30 minutes later, Deppa fired 3 shots at officers from inside the house.
During that time, the individual had threatened to shoot the officers. He fired several shots from the residence toward the officers.
At around 8 p.m., Deppa came out of the house pointing his rifle at law enforcement. Then we heard one more shot.
A Beltrami County SWAT team sniper at that point fired one round, injuring the individual. He then crawled back inside the residence.
Minutes later, the injured Deppa came out of the home and was taken into custody, finally ending the 4-hour standoff.
We are still in the very early stages of this investigation.
The BCA says because this crime scene took place outside and inside, it took a little longer to collect the evidence. Family members wouldn't go on camera, but the father and mother, Debbie Deppa, told us at the scene that their son has a history of anxiety and depression. They say he had been drinking and had an aversion to alcohol, but that he was not a violent man nor big on guns. In fact, they say the gun that he had was inherited from his grandfather. Deppa was living with his girlfriend and has children from a previous marriage. Back to you, Dennis.
Okay, thank you very much, Jamil. No officers were injured at the scene, thankfully, and only one SWAT team and Beltrami County officer fired his weapon. Deppa's body was transported to the Ramsey County Medical Examiner's Office. The BCA says an autopsy followed by a formal identification are scheduled for tomorrow.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.